What is going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me is one half of the FCC lightweight title bout, Mr. Christian Soda. A great fight against Jay Ingram, putting two of the top guys in the division against each other on one of the top promotions in the country as well. So, how are you feeling for this fight?
I feel good, bro. Feel ready to go. Just literally 3 weeks away now. So I'm starting to feel like everything is just starting to feel just like fire ready now. So yeah, feel ready to go now.
100%. And as well, obviously, you take a look at the fight. It's a great opponent on a great show, and the belt on the line as well. What does this fight sort of mean to you to have this still really early on in your amateur career?
I think it's a good fight because it's almost as well. Shay's being looked at as one of the biggest prospects to come out of the UK. So it's like how I beat him. It's gonna be a positive thing for my own career. So I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm looking forward to getting the win in style. So yeah, I think it's a good place to be.
100%. And as well, you mentioned there in terms, obviously, people talk about Shane Ingram and being one of the big prospects sort of in this country. So do you feel as though it almost plays into your hands a little bit? Obviously, everyone expects a really good performance from him, more of the
Mhm.
pressure, maybe slightly more of the spot on him. But obviously, you coming in there, people don't know what to expect if they haven't seen you before. Do you sort of feel as though that plays into your favor a little bit?
Um, nah, not really. I feel like he's gonna come in there ready to fight. I think I'm gonna be the same. I think we kind of both know it's gonna be a fight, and whoever wins it more is gonna win. And yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna win. And yeah, it's just about putting it down to action and actually doing it. So I want to win in style, man. I really just want to smash. I want to smash this kid.
100%. And as well, you take a look at some of the people that have held those FCC titles in the past and where they've gone on to be. So to have your name in the same category as those people who've held that belt, what would that mean to you as well in terms of being able to do that?
I think it's a good starting point. Um, I've not been doing this for that long, literally, so I'm improving every time, and I feel like I can reach the highest level. I just have to train good and keep fighting, getting those minutes and improving as much as I can. Getting the title is good. It's like, yeah, I've got the title. It looks good for Instagram, but I just want to get those minutes. I want to get those amateur minutes as much as I can before turning pro. I started in December. I've had 5 fights. I don't think anybody's been as active as me. Nobody. I've not seen anybody. So yeah, just keep fighting as much as I can, as long as I'm not injured, and get those minutes. The belt is nice, but let's just keep fighting.
100%. And you mentioned there in terms, obviously, the activity level that you've had and against good names as well. It's not just being anyone, it's always been a good name to go against or a good level opponent. So, what would you say you could put that down to sort of being able to stay that active against good quality opponents as well at the same time?
Um, I gotta give credit to my coaches. Like my coaches, they're very to the detail. They really get down to the detail. And I feel like I know Shay's coming from a gym which is like it's got Leon Edward and stuff like that. And I do believe the gym that I'm coming in from, like the coaching is world class level. And I just gotta be the one to show it. Like we just got the fighter that are fighting for them, gotta be the one to show that okay, this is the level that you can reach if you train like this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing them, and I'm looking forward to showing what I can do as well.
100%. And obviously, since obviously December and then to be in this position now as well, was this something that you expected to happen at the pace that it did happen, or is this been something that you've been planning for a long time?
Um, you speak about things like you and your friends, and we spoke about stuff like okay, maybe by the end of the year we could start to look at being contender for the title if we keep winning. And then all of a sudden it's actually happening. You keep winning and then it's happening. I lost my first fight. Honestly, it could have been maybe the best thing to happen to me because I was like, this guy didn't do anything special. I lost because of myself. So I just took that all that like anger and frustration into myself. And that's why I went on. I just keep fighting, keep fighting. And I try to have the same mindset, even if I lose, no, even if I win, I'm still trying to act as if I've lost. it's a hard one because when you win, bro, you're on top of the world. But when you lose, bro, like the next fight after I lost, I don't think anybody could have beat me. So it's always just trying to have that fire underneath you, even if you win. So yeah, it's a good balance.
100%. And as well, obviously, you mentioned there in terms of you came off of that loss and you've been able to build upon that in a big way as well. So when you are able to have those moments of adversity, whether it be in the cage, outside of it, and overcome it as well, what does that sort of say to you in terms of looking at your mentality towards fighting and knowing you can come out on the other side in terms of those things?
Yeah, I know, like mentally, I'm tough. I'm as tough as it comes. Um, but the thing is, the more you keep fighting, the higher you go, the more like it's just becoming about like how much do you know, like how much technique can you do, who is losing less energy, who is able to like take benefit of like certain position. So I know mentally I'm there, which is beautiful to know that like a fight can get doggy and I'm still there, I'm gonna fight. But at the moment it's just about building as much knowledge, technique as I can in this sport. And then from that, everything else becomes easier. Yeah. Because you can be a dog and just it's not the best. It's not the best thing to rely on.
Yeah, and as well in terms of sort of looking back at the fight, obviously spoke a little bit in terms of Shea Ingram, but obviously no fight ever goes the way people may think it does. There's always something different. But in terms of how you view this fight and how you potentially see it looking, how does this fight go in your opinion?
Um, I think I started cracking with some nice punches, and then he goes for the takedown. I will overwhelm him on the floor as well, and either finish him with punches or it's a finish by submission. For saying
Yeah,
that, I would love a knockout. So I just want to
100%.
finish him. I don't want this to go on decision. I want to get a finish. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and as well, when speaking to Shay, he mentioned obviously he's moving back up to lightweight, sit for after spending some time at featherweight. He feels as though this fight he's going to be able to be a lot more active. In his past fights, he's felt depleted. Do you feel as though he will be a different version of himself, or for yourself, is the
Yeah.
preparation all about you not really focusing on the opponent too much?
Do you know what he walks around like? What weight
I'm
does
not
Shea
too
walk around?
sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because fair enough. Like he's coming back. If he feels like he must have been cutting a lot, if he's saying he felt like he was losing energy. But I feel like if I get hold of him, he's gonna struggle. If I have to grab him, he's gonna struggle. So, yeah, yeah, that's like I think fair enough. Like I was fighting Hafiz welterweight. I fought my first two fighting welterweight as well, and that's just my normal walking around weight. I didn't cut nothing. I just didn't have breakfast for the morning, and I just made weight. That was literally it. So going to 70 is literally easy for me. Like I make it so easy. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think the weight is gonna make a difference. I just feel like if I get a hold of him, he's gonna be like he's gonna feel something he's not felt before.
100%. And as well, inside, and do move back up in the divisions as well. And he's facing a lot. When you mentioned there, in terms of if you do get a hold of him, in terms of how you see that fight playing out, do you feel as though, in terms of the opponents he's faced before, that you are something he's not really experienced inside the cage before? And how different do you
Yeah, for
feel as
sure,
you are to his opponents?
for sure. Um, I just feel like because I'm awkward the way I fight, I'm just so awkward. I just don't feel like he's like he can have plans, but I just don't feel like he's dealt with anybody like me. I think he knows it. I think he knows it. Have I dealt with anybody like him before? Uh, Not probably, just because of he's good overall. Usually the fights I fought, they either good at standing up or finished or on the floor. So he's good overall. So fair enough. I think props to both of us for being different in our fighting. But yeah.
100%. And as well, you mentioned earlier on in terms of the level that your coaches are at in terms of what they're able to do, and to have that team and the training partners as well that you do have. Do you feel as though that has played a big role in the success that you've been able to have this year and being already in this position? And how important has it been for you to have that team behind you?
For sure, honestly, the team is so supportive. The gym, the Fighting Fair Manchester gym, so supportive. Everybody's always trying to see how they can get you better. Everybody's always trying to push. When someone's fighting, everybody comes in just to help that person. Everybody from Kate, Josh, Steph, and Martin, honestly. And yeah, it's honestly so supportive. And yeah, we just gotta keep fighting and showing, like, making that name even bigger.
100%. And then just a final thing for myself is, I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but in terms of anything that the fans can expect to see if they've not seen one of your fights before, what is it that they can expect to see when FCC 35 does arrive?
Just fireworks and violence. That's what you should expect to see. Fireworks and violence, bro. I'm going out there to make a statement on this kid. Honestly, you're calling him the biggest prospect in the UK? Well, one of them. Well, let's see. And where does that put me after this fight, after I win? So yeah, let's go. Let's go.
100%. Well, that is everything from myself. If you'd like to take a chance to as sponsors, teammates, anything like that, obviously feel free to go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody that's going to come to watch the fight, support me, friends, family, my coaches, honestly, my heart to you. And let's get a good performance in and let's get a win.
There you go. Well, I really appreciate your time today. Obviously, it's a big fight and a big show as well, FCC. Really appreciate your time today, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, brother. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.